killed hundreds of people with thousands hurt. It happened overseas. Desperate family members, from some of the reports that I'm seeing, are literally clawing their way through rubble, hoping to find a loved one or maybe a couple of loved ones that are buried underneath the rubble. This happened in Afghanistan, where some 800 people were killed. It happened in the middle of the night, and the quality of buildings really is just not very good in that part of the world. So as we go on here at 10 a.m., the number has increased from about 1,800 injured to now 2,500, and there are still some remote villages where they're waiting to get additional reports in. So it was a 6.0 magnitude. It couldn't have come at a worse time. It happened in the middle of the night on Sunday as people were sound asleep in the province of Kunar, which is about 50 miles or so northwest of Peshawar, Pakistan, up in the rugged mountain region between the two countries. It's heartbreaking. I mean, here's a quote. AP is quoting a villager as saying, "Children are under the rubble. The elderly are under the rubble. Young people under the rubble." And he pled, we need help here. We need people to come here and join us and let us pull out the people who are buried. There is no one who can come and remove dead bodies from underneath the rubble. That's how desperate the situation is as we speak. So the quake was felt both in Afghanistan and in Pakistan. No reports of any fatalities yet coming out of Pakistan. But again, very remote, rugged areas, and difficult not only to get rescuers in, but also difficult to get very much information out. One survivor described seeing homes collapse before his very eyes. He said he was awakened by what sounded like a storm approaching, like a boom, like, thunder, maybe something along those lines. So what did he do? According to this report, ran to where his kids were asleep. He was able to rescue 3 of them out of the rubble. But when he returned to get the rest of his family, the room fell right on top of him and on them. And that is the story that sounds like is being repeated over and over again today. So we'll continue to watch that story, but as so often happens, especially when it's in the far corners of the earth, the numbers grow and grow and the situation becomes more dire. Back here in Arizona, the weather is going to pretty much dramatically improve in the next few days. I mean, out of our next 10-day forecast, 3 of those days are all in double digits. Now that we're getting into September, we see fewer of the hundreds, and we're all looking forward to it. However, the video coming in from the Tucson area is a reminder for all of us. And keep in mind, the temps in Tucson are frequently anywhere from 2 to 5 degrees cooler than us. They're a little higher in elevation. But we learned about a woman who died after going out for a hike over the weekend where the temps were right around 100 degrees. So agencies rushed to the scene. You know, they got those beautiful Catalina mountains there in the foothills, and people love to hike them. But when they got out there, they actually found the one hiker who was already dead on the scene. She's been identified, 53 years old, Lynn Lagergren. Now, there was another woman who was with her, and she was still alive anyhow, but did have to be rescued and rushed to the hospital. So we're hoping to learn a little bit more about that, but it's another good reminder that we are in we're still in our summer months. And so we know that, when you go out hiking, you got to do it in the early morning hours. Look at how beautiful those hikes are, though. I mean, that's an inviting trail, but you got to have your water, and you need to do it very early in the morning. I think Syleste might be coming in right now, as a matter of fact, and we'll check in with Syleste as well. I know she does quite a bit of hiking, as I do, but for the most part, I think we both just do our best to try to avoid hiking this time of year altogether. I mean, Celeste, let's face it. This is another heartbreaking story coming in from Tucson. Look at that trail. Who wouldn't want to hike that? But this time of year, you just got to be extra cautious.
Well, I think, maybe it's 97, 100 degrees, or maybe 102, and you think, oh, it's a little bit cooler
Yeah.
than what we've recently experienced. And then you hit the trails, and it's very, it's very different
Oh, yeah.
once you hit the trail. And I have to say, down in southern Arizona, Tucson's a little bit higher in elevation. And if you get even farther south, in through areas around Nogales and Sierra Vista, down that way, it's a little bit muggier. And I think you have a lot of farmlands down there.
Yeah.
And so it's hot and it's muggier than the valley. And it's hard to imagine, hiking in that type of weather.
I learned my lessons many years ago where we took off. It was early enough in the morning, and we were going to hike Camelback on a summer's day. It wasn't, the temps were not very extreme, so we thought, well, we'll go ahead and give it a try. But it was 7 o'clock in the morning when we headed up the mountain, and we had water.
Yeah.
And it was still, I said, I'm never going to do it again. It's such a night and day difference between hiking in June versus October.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's very different from, depending on the type of trail. Let's say it's just a flat trail that you're perusing versus something like a Camelback Mountain, right?
Yep.
Or Piestewa Peak or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And when it comes to the heat, it is critical. Couple of things that people watch their kids around water and they pay attention to when their kids are in their car with them. It's happened again. A child left inside a hot car. This was Saturday evening at about 6:45. It was outside of a Walmart, 35th Avenue, Bethany Home Road. So the mom in this situation goes into the Walmart. I don't know if she was thinking, well, I'll just be in and out in a few minutes, but you have to bring your youngster along with you 100% of the time. Even at 6:45, the temp they're saying was 102. And, people could see they're walking by and they're like, there's a kid in that car. You can imagine they're locating the police as fast as possible. They got out there and got the child out of the vehicle onto the hospital. We still don't know if the mother is in legal trouble or not. We have not heard about an arrest, but it's sure another reminder. Nowadays, these cars have the little reminders, the back seat reminder.
Oh,
so there's
yes.
just no excuse in the world to leave your youngster in a car.
It's so sad.
We have got to protect our youngest.
We do.
And speaking of that, let's go to what happened over the weekend. Heartfelt, emotional moments at the church in Minneapolis, where people came together for Sunday Mass for the first time since the main chapel there became a crime scene. And here is more about what actually took place. By the way, the Mass was held in the school's auditorium there at Annunciation Church because the sanctuary is still closed off. It's considered an active crime scene. And the FBI's director, Kash Patel, says they are investigating the whole thing as a hate crime aimed at Catholics. And yet hundreds of Catholics came together to worship together and remember the lives lost. Here was what was said.
We are here with Harper and Fletcher. Somehow we know in our hearts that they are even more present to us now, even more intimately and deeply with us.
Just a brief glimpse at the church service. We know that they are, we know intimately and deeply that they are with us. Classes at the school are still suspended, and right now they're just not saying when they're going to restart. But, I really think that in that city, and I was just, we've seen the pictures of both of these youngsters. We're not spending hardly any time at all talking about the killer, the deranged killer, but we have been talking about these youngsters, 8 and 10 years old, and they're gone.
Oh,
Harper
Barry
and Fletcher
Fletcher
are
gone.
gone. These families are forever changed. Their hearts broken for the rest of their lives, but they do have hope. in the next life.
Yeah, Fletcher's father, over the course of the weekend, his father was, speaking on behalf of their family and just saying they don't want to remember what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
They want to remember what life and love he brought to this world.
It's got to be
just
so
heartbreaking.
hard.
Yeah.
Just got to be so hard.
And they were in the middle of a worship service.
I know.
It was heartbreaking.
I know. Hey, there's news from the airport. Celeste, I noticed this weekend, I flew on Saturday and then just up to Seattle for a football game and then came back on Sunday. And I noticed that Delta Airlines had some more gates at Terminal 3.
Wow.
I remember looking at it and I said, I thought those were Spirit gates. Now, this is just there's no official
jet
announcement.
setter.
Yeah.
Okay, jet setter.
There's no official announcement from Spirit, but I think they may have given up a couple of gates or one or two or whatever at Sky Harbor. They have filed for bankruptcy again.
Oh.
Yeah, stop me if this sounds like deja vu all over again.
Ron, stop.
Okay, but I have to continue. The low-cost carrier says it's going to go through another bankruptcy procedure. It's still going to be flying, and they're going to allow you, if you're loyal to them, to use your loyalty points. They're going to continue to pay their employees. They filed for bankruptcy last November. After they said they lost over $2 billion, they now have a $2.4 billion long-term debt and a negative cash flow of $1 billion.
That's kind of a bummer. You kind of want to root for the small guys
Yeah,
when you think about
don't
because
you?
you don't want it to become this big monopoly type of thing where it's just these big airlines that charge you a lot of money.
Yeah, because it's practically like that now.
It really is. And Spirit Airlines, I've never flown them. Gary and Kai, they have.
Oh,
my husband and our son.
Okay.
They flew from Phoenix into, I think it was Fort Lauderdale.
Huh?
Some of these smaller airlines, they fly into cities that maybe some of the big time airlines don't take the time to fly
like
into.
Allegiant. And here's Allegiant that's immensely successful, and they, financially do really well. They have a lot of loyal flyers, but for some reason, Spirit just has not been able to figure it out.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder, maybe better snacks or...
All airlines can improve their snacks. I mostly fly Delta, and they give you a bag of Sun Chips. By the way, here's the mystery cam. You
What's
guys
your
can
favorite
send us your
Sun
guess.
Chip?
Just like the garden one.
Ooh, garden salsa.
Okay, speaking of mystery cam guess, back in a flash. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Mystery Cam. If that doesn't look like a fun place to hang out, but Syleste and I are both disqualifying ourselves because we had it on TV last hour. However,
Yes.
One of our all-time favorite guests who is with us now, Josh. Hi, Josh.
Good morning.
We're going to put Josh on the spot because I think he wasn't watching our 9 a.m. hour.
Right. And
Yeah.
right before we went to break, you said your favorite was Sun Chips, was garden salsa.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite as well, Josh?
Wow.
We're going to put him on the spot.
This is like 20 questions. Any snack at all. When I just got a box of Cheez-Its this weekend and I felt like I won the lottery.
Is it white cheddar or yellow cheddar?
No, it's a normal one, but I got the family size, and guess what? I'm not sharing. I brought them into work. No, that's what you call winning.
Do you have a favorite snack, Josh?
Beef jerky, definitely.
Oh,
those
nice.
chompies are good.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
your life is going to change here in about 6 more months when we get our first Buc-ee's.
Okay.
They have like
Oh.
15
yes.
flavors of beef jerky.
Really?
It's incredible.
Wow, can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, Josh, what's your guess? Mystery Cam, what do you think?
I'm guessing Grand Cayman. You know, that water looks so blue and turquoise
Okay.
looking. You
Yeah.
got the flat greenery. Or maybe somewhere in the Caribbean. It looks amazing.
Yeah, Linda's right there with you. She says, could be Florida, but it looks like somewhere in the Caribbean. You have to admit with how blue that water
Both
is.
Josh, you and Ron, big jet setters,
Yeah.
taking yourself around the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do have Orlando, says Darren Floyd.
Okay.
So we have some good guesses out there. A
Nice.
couple of Floridas. You guys ready for the
Brandon,
answer?
Florida, DeYoung, Florida. And here is your answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Bay Lake, Florida.
Okay.
And this is right at Epcot. So it's at
Oh,
Disney
is it?
World. So I
Right.
believe, Ron, go back. If you don't mind, can you go back to that mystery camera shot?
Sure.
Orlando
So,
was right.
So you can see all of the umbrellas. And so there's, this is where you'd find your cabana lady or cabana boy.
So this is
and
like a bunch of condos and stuff that's
Yeah,
over
it's
by Disney World?
like a hotel.
Nearby, yeah.
I mapped it because I thought, where is Bay
Okay,
Lake? And I
yeah.
pulled it up, and just on one side of this was Epcot Drive.
Oh, wow.
And so this must be one of the pools that you have at Epcot Center at Disney World.
Oh, smart of them.
Yeah,
that's for
very
sure.
fancy.
But, I'll never forget when they very first opened Walt Disney World back in the 70s, like the second year that it was in operation, we took a little family vacay. We were on the way down to Puerto Rico to visit my aunt. And we stopped in Florida, and see those clouds there on the horizon? It rained cats and dogs. Once we got into the park, paid our admission. And after a while, we said, we just got to leave. It could be.
Oh, it
And
was
they get these
raining?
downpours in Central Florida most afternoons.
Do they give you a rain check if that happens?
I don't believe
Because
so,
it's so
Celeste.
expensive.
It is. I don't think we did.
And Minnie, she never ages.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so big Powerball jackpot. We're going to talk about that in just a little while. But if you were to, you guys in the chat box, it's $1 billion. 1 billion with a B. Let me see if I have the sign. Look at that. They took all the other digits away. It's just a lonely little one up there.
Oh.
But it's 1 billion.
Do you think it'll be more than that? They're going to have to add a dot and some other numbers?
I think so.
Because there's a lot of people that are going to play today.
Yeah, I'm going to predict.
Oh,
Oh,
1.1
Look
already.
at that. We just got an update from Big D. 1.1 billion. So 1 billion, 100 million. I mean, these numbers are mind-boggling, that's for sure. Anyway, in the chat, how would you spend your $1 billion if you won the Powerball tonight? They have not had a winner. Before anybody gets too excited, they haven't had a winner in something like 4 months worth of drawings, I
Yeah,
think.
it's been a while. I think it's time to play.
Okay.
Josh, are you a Arizona lottery player,
Mm-hmm.
Powerball?
Well, it was hard to resist this time.
Yes.
And my wife talked me into it.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Happy wife is,
Happy life.
thank
There
you.
go. But I still haven't seen anybody walking around with an office pool bucket today. Maybe it's a holiday
we used
or
to do
something. I
those
don't know.
all the time, Ron.
The reason we have Josh in is not so that Celeste can pepper him with personal questions.
Let's talk sun chips some more.
All of a sudden, Josh feels like he's on 60 Minutes with Mike Wallace Minneapolis in the glare of the bright lights. No.
I take that as a compliment, Ron. Thank you for comparing me to Mike Wallace.
There you go. Anyhow, how about this as a question? Can you sue AI? What parents need to know. Josh has been all over this. He's a prominent attorney here in town, and we thought we'd bring him on to talk just a little bit about it because, I think parents definitely, if they don't have their concerns, they probably should have their concerns. What should we know?
So there's a really concerning case out of California where a 16-year-old boy developed a really close relationship with ChatGPT. And during the course of that relationship, ChatGPT became the kid's closest confidant and also separated the kids from his family and friends. So the kid would rely on ChatGPT. And during that relationship, the kid had a mental crisis, and ChatGPT started encouraging the kid to commit suicide. It gave him different techniques to do this. The kid tried it 4 different times, and on the 5th time, he was successful. And the charge is that this was a product and not a tool, and that it was defective because of the insidious nature in which this occurred.
We've witnessed this. We have a segment called Ask AI here on the stream, and unless you turn it off, it continues to talk to you.
And it kind of compliments you with things like, "Oh, that's a really great question.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can help you with?"
Right.
I mean, it's an artificial brain.
It is.
But it tries to pretend like it's your friend.
Right. And so we were just chatting a moment ago, and you said originally the child had left it on and was using it to help with
Homework.
studying,
Yep.
and asking it questions. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? But you also mentioned that at the end, it actually created a suicide note.
Yeah. So in this case, he not only gave ideas about how to commit the suicide, but he also told the kid, to not tell his mom or his dad or his friends about it. And on the night that it happened, it said that it wanted to, quote, create a beautiful suicide, unquote, and then offered to write a suicide letter. And then a few hours later, his mother found him dead.
Oh.
Well, so what's going to happen? I know we're going to follow this case. Is it a group of parents that are suing? What's going on in the actual case?
Well, it will be. So right now, it's just one. However, there's hints inside the complaint that there are numerous other cases around the United States that haven't been made public yet. And, if the parents didn't have the forethought to actually go inside their child's phone to see what was going on, this never would have been discovered. But this is the first time that products liability, a standard that we've had for all corporations over the last 100 years that says if you put profits ahead of safety, we're going to go after you. This is the first time it's being applied to artificial intelligence. And I have no doubt that others are going to come forward.
Well, and what's interesting about ChatGPT is that it keeps a record of everything you ask and all of the responses. So you have to imagine that is also going to be used in court.
Oh, yeah. And if you read the complaint, and I definitely recommend all your viewers do so, it highlights all the really horrible conversations that go back months and months and months. And not only that, in this case, ChatGPT used the word suicide about 6 times more than the child did.
Oh, wow.
Encouraging the child to even continue talking about it. Instead of saying, stop, here are some safety protocols. I'm not going to encourage you to do this.
Go talk to your parents about
Exactly.
it instead of not mentioning it to them.
And I would like to note that, they're going to say that these were just words. I mean, the defense is going to say that, and words shouldn't matter. However, there are cases that go back. There's one in 2017 where a girlfriend was actually successfully prosecuted for manslaughter for text messages that she sent to her boyfriend that she should commit suicide.
Yeah.
And if a human being had done what ChatGPT had done in this case, they would be in prison. And that's why this is so concerning.
So how much money are we talking about? What is it, a civil case, criminal, or both?
It's civil right now. And because there's just one plaintiff, it's hard to say. But if multiple plaintiffs come forward, I mean, it could be astronomical. I mean, close to $1 billion. And I say $1 billion because in other product liability cases where, let's say, we're like in the car industry where gas tanks were exploding, or when drug manufacturers were hiding, the really bad defects, it was verdicts close to that. So using that as a rubric, it's going to be a significant amount.
So, Josh, we have a couple of minutes left with you. You have done such a good job for our audience on our streaming show, walking us through some of the most prominent cases out there, criminal cases, and giving us perspective sometimes that I think we don't all think about. I have heard so many people talk about the Rebecca Baptiste story.
Yeah.
It is just, it's unbelievable. It's so heartbreaking. And tell us what you've already been digging into it. We still got a couple of minutes left. Give us some of your perspective on what you've learned and where you think it's all headed.
Sure. And just to remind the viewers, the Rebecca Baptiste case is the horrible case where a little girl was murdered by her parents by neglect and maybe abuse. And
allegedly.
Allegedly,
yeah, right.
You're right. And law enforcement was aware of the abuse, and so was DCS, and they were unable to separate her from her family and put her in a safe location. So what's happened recently is that the prosecution has joined the cases together. So the cases are not going to be tried separately. And their reasoning is that we're going to have the same types of witnesses, the same types of evidence. So it would be a waste of government resources to try them together. Now, the thing to really look forward to in this case is whether or not Navajo County is going to allege the death penalty. In Arizona, they can allege the death penalty as long as certain statutory aggravating factors are present. And you certainly have those in this case, including the age of the victim, that the perpetrators, the alleged perpetrators, were in a position of trust, and the cruel and heinous manner of the alleged crimes.
So in a case like this, which is just so disturbing, everybody, I think, in the whole state has learned about it. Is it going to take quite a long time? I mean, to me, this is going to be one of those cases that whichever way it goes, innocent until proven guilty in this country of ours, that there's just so much evidence and so much work to be done. Any idea on the time frame?
I would say at least at minimum of 9 months, probably closer to a year and a half. And the reason why is just like what you said. This is a high-profile case. And the prosecution wants to make sure that they dot all their I's and cross all their T's because they don't want this coming back on appeal. So they have to really make sure that they do everything right the first time.
Okay.
That's a heartbreaking case when
Sure
you read
is,
that
yeah.
police report. My goodness.
Okay, Josh. Well, no doubt we'll stay in touch with you on that one. And thanks for giving us every parent, every grandparent, keep an eye on what your kids or grandkids are doing on their phones.
Thank you, Josh.
And we're going to take a break right now.
Oh, their pirate ship.
Wow, look at that.
Arr.
Jeez. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're still trying to figure out where the pirate ship
And
is.
I'm wondering
Celeste.
how much booty is on the pirate.
What did you say, Big D? Oh. How much
Isn't it-
booty is on Celeste? You do not need to turn this into an R-rated show.
Isn't that what's called Pirate's Booty?
Celeste, listen. Do we have to have the PG-13 talk
All I
again?
know is Andy Mack is joining us, and he's like turning red.
I know.
You're just-
He's saying to himself,
all the snacks.
what did I walk into?
See, maybe it's a snack on my
snacks you're
mind.
thinking on your mind right now. Hey, we're not.
Okay,
we're not
favorite
the
snack?
buried
kind of
treasure.
that kind of booty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
Do you have a
wow.
favorite
Yeah, I
snack?
didn't know what I was walking into down here.
Believe me, Celeste is on a roll today, my friend. Let's see. I think I'm seeing Dave's working on the cameras. I
Yep.
think I'm seeing too much of this, Dave.
This is like the puppet, the
This is-
puppet masters
and by
over
the way,
here.
you-
Give you a pat on the back.
You get to insist
know.
on what we call a medium close-up, Andy, for all your fans.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's what they
so
need.
yes,
That's what people
what
want.
is your one? If you had one snack to go pick up today, and you were making a quick run at Safeway, what's that one snack?
Oh man, I'm going sweet. I'm going like jelly beans. Give me like jelly beans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you like the black jelly beans?
If
the
it's mixed
licorice?
in, if it's
Ooh,
mixed
I'm
in,
with you.
give me all the flavors. Give me the 30, the 45 flavors.
If we're in the candy category, I'm all about the peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
Because there's a high level of protein.
Sure.
The energy.
Sure there
That's what
is.
he's about.
All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about, what we don't know yet, Andy, is the time frame on when the president's going to send troops into Chicago.
Correct.
As I read it, it almost sounds like a fait accompli that he's made up his mind and it is going to happen. What are you learning?
We'll see what happens. And the interesting part, we talked about it, is the jurisdiction kind of area of he's allowed to do it in the District of Columbia because basically he's in charge of the federal forces there. Chicago, Illinois, New York, all these other places, it's up in the air to see if it's more legally green, more of a green light in terms of that. And obviously there's been a lot of pushback from Brandon Johnson. We've seen J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, really stand up and say like, hey, we don't need federal authorities here. We don't need them on the ground. Again, kind of similar to D.C. where they say, hey, violent crime is down in Chicago. This one might be an interesting weekend because you always see a potentially spike in crime on Labor Day. So that could be what vaults it for Trump.
As a matter of fact, here you go. These stats were collected in the middle of the day on Sunday. So we still have Sunday night and all the rest of today to go. 5 people killed, 35 people wounded in gunfire.
Oh my goodness.
In the Chicagoland area, just in the first part of the Labor Day weekend. So who looks at those stats and says, that's acceptable?
Yeah.
We're doing a fine job here.
Well, and
we don't need any help from the federal government.
And I think the question becomes as well, they say, oh, crime is down,
Yep.
But it's interesting. Well, crime is down compared to what?
Correct.
Compared to what year? We know that crime rose during COVID in a lot of different cities. But Ron, the numbers that you mentioned, I mean, unfortunately,
Right.
that is what communities are experiencing in Chicago.
And did you guys happen to catch Shanna Bream's show? Highly recommended. Fox News Sunday. She had sound bites from, that's what we call them in our business, from Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., from a month ago and from like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
A month ago, we don't need that. We're doing fine. That was a month ago. Then they juxtaposed it with the more recent soundbite saying, we are so grateful to the federal government for helping us with this because you can't disagree with these stats. Carjacking's down 80%. There hasn't been a murder in something like 13 days. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's interesting to look at it. It also, like, do you send federal officers in there, or do you send them with funds to potentially have more police on the streets that the city and the state can do it themselves? So what they're doing is obviously taking a stronger approach to it. We'll see if it happens. I don't know what's going to happen, because if it happens in Chicago, you know it's going to happen elsewhere as well. So if they get outside of the realm of the district, I mean, it's kind of a free-for-all.
Now, it's interesting, too, because here's an argument that you've heard people make for the last several years. Why are we spending billions of dollars on countries thousands of miles away from here when we could be spending that money in our country?
Yep.
And so let me just bring your attention here to the Department of Defense. President Trump is talking about renaming it now to the Department of War. I think basically, Celeste, I know you're interested too, to try to basically send the message that we're not to be messed with.
Well, and I think they initially, when it was changed to the Department of Defense, it was focused on just defending our country. But his argument was, which I thought was interesting, no matter which way you look at it, is now he's saying instead of just taking a defensive approach, we need to think offensively about also protecting our country. But that's getting a lot of chatter, the Department of War.
Yeah, and obviously this also goes back to the Department of Defense, Pete Hegseth. I guess we're still calling it the Department of Defense at this moment.
Right.
Just renaming bases or going back to other names on bases that they say have a lot of history, that has a lot of meaning to a lot of people. I don't know if this, and like you said, it might change kind of the posture, the stance of what the department looked like, but also it's also kind of like why are we doing this now? What's the importance of it? So I don't, and does it change the structure of the Pentagon? Does it change the structure of what's inside of that? Like, I don't know if that actually happens. And there's so many people that work for the Pentagon, the Department of Defense, potentially soon to be Department of War. So how does that actually reshape it or make it, in their eyes, a more proactive force?
And he views himself as the anti-hawk. He does not care for the military-industrial complex, which he thinks constantly is pushing us more toward war. So I really view this as is specifically to send a message to China and to Russia and to any countries around the world that would ever think about kind of messing with
And
us.
he has also been very forceful about the fact that he is trying to have peace in all of these regions. So it almost feels a little contradictory that, like, hey, he says he's trying to solve peace in so many different conflicts, Israel, Iran, all these different places. And now the Department of War, it feels maybe a little bit opposite.
All right, let's get to our big poll question topic of the day, which has to do with the president's decision. He says he's going to issue an executive order soon that will require you to prove you are a legal voter. You got to have some form of voter identification. We went to the great source of wisdom here on our streaming show, which is you guys in the chat and also in our poll question. So, Celeste, I'm going to bring it up right now.
All right.
Now, so far, he hasn't actually signed it, but he went on to Truth Social and said, this is my plan. He also, by the way, would like to get rid of the electronic voting machines, is somewhat distrustful of those. Now, I will just say, people want answers in the first few hours after the polls close. And if we go to paper ballots, it will take a lot longer for us to get our answers. But some might say better to get it right than to rush through the whole thing. So, Celeste, how's it looking?
So right now, 77% of you say good. It will improve the integrity of our elections in terms of requiring an ID to vote. So that's a pretty big number. 77% of you who voted said, yeah, let's do it. Bad, older, or disabled voters may not have ID and just won't vote. That's 8% of you. And 15% of you say it really doesn't matter. Trump can't tell the states how to run their elections process. So there's a quick look at that.
Grab that QR code or just go to YouTube. We have
wow.
Okay, now
in 1 hour,
people are fired up about
they are
this,
very much
right?
so.
Plus, a few more people might be home today hanging out on YouTube. But out of 1,000 votes after posting it just in our 9 a.m. hour, 61%, about the same number, really say, good. It'll improve the election integrity. 7% worry about those who don't have ID and just won't show up. And about 30% say Trump can't tell the states.
Well, Darla in our chat this morning said, yes, should have already been this way for the voting. If legal Americans can't vote because they have felons, but illegals are allowed to. So many of you are chiming in and sharing your thoughts in the chat this morning as well.
And this is when we go to Big D.
Big D.
Look at him. He's been looking over the comments. I bet he's got some good ones.
I've got some great ones.
Okay.
Really, really passionate opinions on both sides here. Missy in Tempe says voting is a privilege, not a right. Those who need help with ID can get the assistance needed. The information is available to all legal citizens. But then That's Not Me 6601 disagrees, saying requiring a valid state ID to vote would mean you would have to pay the government for a right that was already given to you at birth. Doesn't seem to me that's in the best interest of a supposedly free society. Two more. Couchman88 says you need an ID to rent a car and a license to drive one, open a bank account, buy alcohol, or even cold medicine. Everyone has an ID and knows how to get one. It doesn't make sense that you wouldn't need ID to vote. And last but not least, Jonathan Newburn, 2747, says states determine how elections are conducted, not the president. The president isn't king. Really interesting comments. Keep them coming, guys.
Can I just say that of all of our commentators so far, Couchman88
Thank
is
you,
my
Ron.
fave. Come on, Couchman. We want to get to know you better, buddy.
Yeah, chime in the chat. Let us
Right.
know, like, which couch? Is it a yellow couch? Is it a white couch?
Upstairs, downstairs.
Leather couch.
There you go.
And are you guys all loving Big D's voice this morning?
Well,
It's very deep and soothing.
When you pull the microphone right up next to you, people are like, whoa, man.
Hello.
Yeah, well,
Hello, can you go?
Okay, since we have Dave around, and please continue to vote in YouTube and the poll question. Before we go to break, we always like to check in with him on one other just sort of topic. And Andy Mack, you can join in as well.
Yeah.
Do either of you guys, and Celeste as well,
Okay.
I know you're outnumbered by the guys today,
Well,
3-1.
thank you, Ron.
Okay.
I can take you all on.
Yeah, we know that.
As well.
Do you have any kind of a hack to get yourself going in the morning? Here's why I ask. This lazy hack can wake up your brain and your body. One woman swears on social that adopting a simple, no-cost habit has changed her life, she says. Catherine Smith, by the way, she posted on TikTok. Look, I'm a lazy person by nature. Always have been. How I've gotten to the point right now has been with very, very baby steps. And so she says the first thing, have you heard about this yet, you
If
guys?
it is dunking your face in ice water, I'm not about it.
We're out.
No,
Wow.
it's not that. She says, first thing I do when I get out of bed, my feet touch the ground, I get up and I jump 50 times.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Even before going potty?
Who is this person?
Oh my god!
With the potty time. Come on.
I mean,
And Pirates
that,
booty, and now
come
this.
on.
What a bookend for me here.
First the booty talk, and now the
I
potty
have to
talk.
say, I cannot believe. I cannot believe she has to use the restroom first.
What are we
There's
doing?
no way.
Andy and I are just going to get up
no,
and walk. It's so uncomfortable in here right now. Plus, it's like 88 degrees.
Are you sweaty?
Yeah, I am. Big D, do you have a hack? Do you got an early morning? Celeste, come back to us, please, Celeste. All right, Dave, go for it.
I have coffee. I like that for waking up.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's easier to do than jumping 50 times.
I'm with
Now
him,
you're
too.
over modulating. Now pull that
Oh,
mic
no.
about 2 inches away.
Coffee.
Good.
Coffee.
All right, we're going to find out if Andy has a hack for us.
Yeah.
I
And
don't.
Celeste,
how many times
do you
after
jump?
the
Okay.
break. Here we go.
There's no-
ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Olympia, Washington, straight up into the Puget Sound from the state capital there. They got a little marina. So let's find out here from our guest, Andy Mack, if he has any kind of a hack. Dave said his hack is coffee. By the way, Big D, did you come up with any other ideas, or is that it? Just coffee?
Man, it's a
Do
tough
you ever
one.
do you go out and do a little exercise? Go for a walk?
I
or
wish. I feel like
Yeah?
I should.
Okay.
You know, that's
I
it's a
I
tough
don't
thing
think
to
so.
do.
I think
Yeah.
you look great.
There you go.
No sarcasm. No sarcasm in that tone.
No, I think
No.
he looks great. He doesn't
Sure.
need to.
Yeah. Oh, Celeste is Big D's biggest fan.
I am.
Andy
Okay.
Mack,
I think I'm going to get a shirt made.
give us
Big
give us a hack, Andy Mack.
I wish I had a hack because I am not a morning person,
Okay.
but with my
By the
top,
way, the segment could be called Andy Mack's Hacks.
that could be. That could
Write
be.
that down, Big D.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
got legs.
trademark that
Andy
immediately.
Mack's
Go to the
Hacks.
website.
Yeah.
So walk
trademark.
us through. You wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And my son runs out to the kitchen, and I say, "Oh God, I don't want the house to burn down." That's what I
Okay.
say.
So it gets the adrenaline pumping.
Just like we're just going
Yeah.
because he's.
How old is he?
He's 2, so I don't know. I don't know if that's how toddlers
He's
work,
so
but
cute.
he's asleep and then he's awake. So
Yeah.
my hack is don't let the house burn down.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Not a good one, but
So I guess my hack is right now I just have ice in this cup, but I try to swear off aspartame, which is in a lot of the diet sodas. I think it's not good for you. But so this drink that I have that has caffeine in it, but no aspartame, is called sparkling ice.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I drink. My other hack, if it really is a hack, is as quietly as possible, so as not to wake up anybody else in the house. I try to play my phone on whatever Audible book I was listening to last night,
okay.
and it engages
Oh.
my mind.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't see that development coming. And I think it kind of gets
Interesting.
your brain going a little bit.
I could see that.
I think you guys are experts in the morning because what time do you guys wake up?
So let's see. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, Celeste.
3:30.
Now, Celeste's hack, whether she's going to talk about it or not, I happen to know, is reading the Bible.
It is,
She gets
yes.
up every morning, reads the Bible. You get up at what time?
3:30, sometimes
3:30.
3 if
Yeah.
I need, if I kind of, there's once in a while like wake up, boom,
Yeah.
bing,
Yeah.
But yes, I do have coffee and I read my Bible.
What
and
book are you in right now?
I kind of move around.
Okay.
I'll read a little bit in the Gospels, maybe in the
Yes.
epistles, go
Okay.
back to like maybe Psalms.
Okay.
Once in a while, I'll read a couple of verses in Genesis. How much time do we have, Ron? Because I could go all morning.
This is so much. This is so much better than the booty talk.
Yes, this is the opposite.
Well, Ron,
The angel on her shoulder, the devil on the
I
other
can
one.
offer a little bit of everything this morning.
Yeah.
So let
okay.
me. Can I read a couple of comments?
Of course.
Okay, because y'all think maybe I was off base with my last comment before the break, but I was not. Darla Nicole Clapperton said, "I have to pee first. I need coffee."
Okay.
So I mean,
Thank
okay.
you, Darla.
Okay, thank you, Darla. And then there was one more. I think it was Sherry Nevada Pup. She says, "If I did that, jumped all those times, my dogs would think I was crazy." Oh yes, Celeste, gotta pee, then jump.
Yeah, it's got to be in the correct order. Okay, that's good. See, we can count on you guys in the chat box to kind of advance the conversation, right? All right. So, yeah, that's the hack. That's for sure. And by the way, coming in is Darren, who says, "Does Olympia still make their beer?" I'm not sure. But I know in Tumwater, Washington, which is the one suburb.
Where is that?
Well, Olympia's got 3 or 4 suburbs. It's
Okay.
like 3 miles south of Olympia. But they have the brewing company there. And I kind of think they still do, but I think it might be a regional beer, just to answer your question there. But
Yes.
interestingly enough, speaking of the Great Northwest, I was up there this weekend to root on my beloved Washington Huskies. And I'm just going to pop up a couple of, so look at that, you guys, right on the lake.
It is
That's
really
nice.
Old
beautiful.
glory.
It's Andy Mack, you
perfect.
were talking to Ron about this a second ago, but Ron, in your photo towards the top, you have the lake.
Yep.
Yes.
But you have boats out there. You have people who
Tailgaters.
take
Oh, yeah.
they tailgate on boats.
Yeah, hundreds of people do it. That's for sure. They call it the greatest setting in college football because it is so beautiful.
It is.
You know, but anyway, went up there. Washington beat Colorado State. I was happy about that. Celeste, congrats
Thank
on
you.
your Devils' nice win
Thank
over
you,
NAU.
Ron. I will take full credit of that. I was calling the plays.
Dialing it up.
Andy Mack,
Not
condolences
great.
on
I know.
Colorado losing.
I was going to say, I was going to argue with you about the more picturesque setting. If anybody's been to Folsom
Oh, yeah,
Field,
that's
it's got
yes.
some vibes
Yeah,
there.
it is. But anyway, the main reason I wanted to talk about it is that I bought some gas, so I'm in a little bit of a hurry to get to the car rental counter.
Yeah.
And so I pull into the first gas station I see, which happened to be a Chevron. And I posted about this on Instagram. You can go to Hooner Fox 10 and start following me there. But you can also comment. That's a great place to comment on what's the worst price you ever paid for gas.
Oh.
Okay, I almost feel like we should have a drum roll. Celeste, can you give us a drum roll? Oh, Andy Mack's on it too. Ready?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
For regular gasoline.
That is for the cheap stuff. I think the expensive gas was right around $6 a gallon. And once I was done filling up, I said, what is happening?
Oh my gosh.
So I got about 2.5 gallons, and look, it was almost $13, $12.70.
Another reason people are leaving Seattle.
Yes, I know. It's super expensive.
What would the car rental place have charged you if you just did that one? That's the thing. Like,
All right.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're onto a great question, which is this. They warn you now, at least with this particular car rental company, which was Dollar. Celeste is wearing Dollar Red today. That's the exact color that they have when you go to the rental car counter. But they warn you that you have to bring back a receipt to prove that you bought gas.
Really?
Because these cars nowadays, it
really?
shows full for like 100 miles
It does.
before it starts to go down.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to prove it. So I'm like, I better pull over. I just filled it up and I start looking at the price and I'm like, $5.19.
Well, how much was that Lamborghini that you rented?
Celeste, it was.
Was your hair flowing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Let me
it
think what it was. I think it was a Corolla.
Oh.
Mid-size is always your best option.
He's all about the economy.
Oh, you better believe
But
it.
if his wife would have been there, it would have been, honey,
Yeah,
let's
that's
get
right.
the convertible.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, if you want to go onto my Instagram and chat about it, you can tell me the worst price you've ever paid for a gallon of gas, but $5.
That's really pricey.
And have you guys noticed, Andy, have you noticed this? It's even going up here in town. We went from $2.75 to like $3.30
What
in
happened?
3 weeks.
It's like $3.60. I think I got gas last night, and it was in the twos very,
Yeah,
very recently. So I don't know. And maybe it's Labor Day, maybe it's not. I don't know.
Oh, Andy.
Could
He's
it
onto
be just a
something.
spike?
Yeah, you are a deep thinker. Celeste and I would have never come
Maybe
up with
No,
that. It's
we're
because
not
of
that-
Labor Day.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
bet
be,
you.
right?
Andy's much smarter than we are, Ron. I
that's
don't know
just
if you
true
know
at all,
that.
guys. They
but-
just
yeah.
Okay.
It's so true.
On to our next story. Does your body warn you ahead of time, possibly months ahead of time, of a possible cancer diagnosis? I am so fascinated by this story, and here it is in a nutshell.
Okay.
So, your body can provide early warning signs of cancer months before diagnosis, but the subtle, easily missed, this is from Daily Mail, by the way, it's one of the big stories this morning, may not appear at all in the early stages. Warning signs: persistent fatigue,
Okay.
unexplained weight loss, change in your bowel habits, and a cough that won't go away. Those are the big
Oh.
four.
Wow.
So I don't know how you could tell the difference. I
feels-
mean, we're all fatigued in this business.
I was to say you go into
Yeah, for
WebMD and it's like the worst case scenario.
Oh,
you have
my
a sniffles, so
gosh.
obviously
Yeah.
serious, but
Yeah. So let's see, what else do they, when it comes to the unexplained weight loss, they say 10 pounds or more. So there are a lot of people who would love to lose 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Please
right?
bring it on.
Yeah. Celeste, you're perfect. Don't even think that you
Ron,
need to
you're
improve.
so sweet. Ron,
Okay.
okay, say it again.
You're perfect. Dave, you want to join in and boost Celeste's ego here? Go ahead.
She looks amazing.
Oh,
there you
so
go.
Andy Mack?
Yes.
Andy Mack, do you have
Andy.
anything to say?
oh, that red. After the dollar red comment, how would I top that?
Okay, let
Comparing
me
you
just
to a
see.
rental place.
Okay, they say a cough that lasts for weeks or gradually is getting worse. And then they always talk about the change in a mole. We know about that kind of a thing. Change in your bladder habits. No comment on that.
Oh
Celeste,
my
please.
God.
And the fatigue. that even, we're all a little tired in this business, but then the weekend rolls around and we're pretty much normal people.
Yeah,
So
you sleep in a little
it's
bit.
just work related.
It's
So
amazing.
call your doctor, because some of those things can be related to, I don't know, a rash.
But it's amazing how much the body can tell you. It can speak to you, really. It's like a like the holistic approach. It's kind of,
I know.
everybody doesn't believe it, but like the body tells you what it's feeling, and like you got to listen to it.
And it doesn't even matter what age you are.
True.
Because our favorite story of the day, we're going to roll it out right now before we hand it off to Anita and Danielle,
That's right.
is a lady who just had her 107th birthday in beautiful Mesa, AZ.
Oh.
And everybody was out there singing happy birthday and just making it, this is Vivian, by the way, her 107th birthday.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh, that's sweet. Happy birthday to you. Look how
Okay.
happy she is.
So I happen to know a lot of these folks at the summit at Sunland Springs. It is one of the all-time great locations, and I know that they wanted to make it for Vivian. She's 107.
That's
She's up off the walker.
amazing.
She's moving around, and she could, Celeste. I don't want to jinx anything. She could someday be the oldest person in the world.
Potentially.
Can you not see her living a few more
Yeah,
years?
absolutely.
A 113, a 114.
Absolutely. Look at her. And
Yeah.
those
Look at the
walkers,
smile,
those
though.
walkers are the best.
What's that,
The
Anita?
smile.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's just like you can tell that she's genuinely enjoying herself.
Oh,
Sure.
happy birthday
Yeah,
to Vivian.
We
wow.
What a
need to
sweetheart.
get a hold of them because I feel like it should be mandatory. They provided us that video.
Yes.
But if we had sent a reporter out, you would always know which question you have to ask,
Yes.
which is, how do you do it? What's your secret for a long, happy, healthy life, Anita?
Dancing. I'm going to say dancing.
Probably.
I would say
And by the
so.
way, on Wednesday this week,
Mm-hmm.
I have a story of a woman who just turned 110 years
Wow.
old.
Now, is she here in Arizona?
She lives here in Arizona,
What town?
in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay,
She
yeah.
lives with her daughter, Carolyn, who is 80.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they both age like fine wine. And
Is that the secret?
The secret to her longevity is never stop doing something.
Yes.
So she was in the Navy and all kinds of great stuff. We'll bring her story on Wednesday, but it is amazing when you see
love
that they live to be well over 100.
Okay, so we love that Anita and Danielle
Danielle is going to hang out with me today because
gonna-
Ty's on
yeah.
vacation.
Okay, so
we
what do you guys-
swapped.
what do you got?
We're going to talk about that Tempe City Council meeting last week was evacuated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you about what's going to happen tomorrow because they have another meeting on the books.
Yeah.
A little bit
Kinda
of
worrying, yeah.
we'll talk a little bit about some weather-related things.
Okay.
We had a child left in a hot car.
Oh, yeah.
We had some hikers that had to be rescued. Lotto fever.
Yes.
The jackpot is now to $1 billion.
There it is, right there.
I
We'll
love
be-
that it has that one.
Yeah, back in a flash.
right, good morning, everyone. It's Monday, Labor Day. Usually we do, there we go, two shot. Usually we do girls who gab when Ty's not here.
Got it.
Today we're going to do the two blondes who babble.
There you go. I like that.
But we'll be babbling about some really important stuff.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to get to today.
How was your weekend?
It was good. We were in Utah for a family reunion.
Oh, fun.
And I have to say, coming back here, I mean, I love Arizona, obviously, but the weather in Utah right now.
Perfect.
Ooh.
I've never been to Utah.
What?
No.
Anita.
I know, and I ski.
You've traveled the world and you haven't been to Utah?
I have not. I know. It's on the bucket list.
You have to go to
It's
Utah.
on the bucket
It's very,
list.
I would have to say all the beautiful parts,
Yeah.
and Zion and
You
all
have
that.
to do all that.
Yeah, the Arizona-Utah connection.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
So much cooler there. We will be seeing a cool down here.
I totally felt like fall. It was so, in the morning, just kind of walking around downtown Salt Lake, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Fall is my favorite.
Me too.
And I feel like we have now entered into what will be the beginning stages. The temperatures may not feel like it just yet. Good morning, everyone at home. A little philosophy like the blondes who babble.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
I think we should keep it.
I think we
Ty,
should
you're
too.
out. Enjoy your vacation, your perma vacation.
But I feel like, Halloween's right around the
Yep.
corner, Thanksgiving, I think it's like 116 days. I looked it up earlier until Christmas.
Yep.
And
I was just putting off, we do vacation request here for, the Christmas.
Don't tell me you already started.
Well, no, not for next year. No.
That makes me nervous.
We have to go in and say what days we already
Yes.
got accepted for. So I was just doing mine. I had a little extra time today.
For the rest of the year.
And it's crazy. I'm like, wait a second. We only have a couple months.
That's it.
When I was doing this stuff for December. And wow. But
we will
I'm
be
excited.
talking about some fun Labor Day stuff in the second segment, but let's talk about some local news.
Yep.
I'm going to play this soundbite for you. This is the Tempe City Council meeting.
Due to some safety concerns, tonight's council meeting will be rescheduled to a different time. So what I need you to do is everybody slowly exit the council chambers.
Okay, this is interesting because we don't typically see a situation like this unfolding.
yeah.
They were really concerned about some security and safety concerns. The council has, and this has been a really hot topic in Tempe. They want people to get permits when they're using parks there.
Right. And I think, too, what's really scary is that we don't know what that threat was.
Right.
We haven't had any information to come out about, who was threatening. Are they looking at anybody in particular? But it had to have been a credible threat.
Sure.
To be able to force that meeting. And we know now, moving forward, this week, it's all going to be virtual.
Right.
So they're not even going to go back to in-person just yet. So is there still a threat? People in that area, is there?
Did it have anything to do with that topic? Because once again, going back, they're talking about an ordinance requiring a permit for certain gatherings at parks.
Yep.
A lot of people very upset about that.
Yep.
So does the threat have to do, the safety concern have to do with this? Or is there something else going on? So that's something that we are going to be keeping a close eye on. So that meeting scheduled for tomorrow, it'll be virtual. There's another one Thursday, I believe.
Also virtual.
Also virtual.
So it'll be really interesting to see what happens the week following.
Correct. Yeah.
To see if they do go back to in person or what's going to happen with that.
We were talking a little bit about the temperature, and I thought it was fairly warm this weekend, and this is a really tough situation here. So we had a child rescued, expected to be okay, we're going to say, left in a hot car. This is Saturday evening, 6:45 p.m., outside of a Walmart store, right around 35th Avenue, Bethany Home Road. So the temperature outside, 102 degrees. Here's what a lot of people don't think about is that inside, it's even hotter.
It goes up really quick. I mean, we've done so many stories on it here, but just speaking with those first responders, it's a matter of seconds, and it can heat up that quick. And even it was nighttime. People think the sun went down. It's nice and cool now. It's not that extreme heat with that sun, but even when the sun's down, it's still 95, 100 degrees. And how quickly can it heat up?
Yeah.
Which any amount of time can be dangerous.
And question for the folks at home. I mean, if you've ever seen a child or animal left in the car, what do you do? I mean, you're calling 911 right away, right?
I would hope so. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially, I mean, if there's nobody, no adult, no caretaker, anything kind of in the vicinity, definitely call the police.
They were able to get the child out, taken to the hospital. No word yet on whether we will have any type of charges or not. Again, this goes with the heat. So take a look at this. We had two women hiking, and this is Saturday afternoon. Again, those temps. So it was 102 at 6:45. I wasn't here Saturday, so I don't know what the temp was.
I wasn't here either.
So when you were,
I was in Utah, where it was much cooler, but still hot. I mean, for all things considered.
So they're on the Linda Vista Trail.
Okay.
One hiker died on scene. She's identified as a 53-year-old woman. Another woman remains in the hospital this morning. Pima County deputies didn't give a cause of death. They say it's not suspicious. They had several agencies out there. We have had, I feel, this summer,
a
lot of rescues with the heat.
Yeah.
A lot of people, many of the city parks, Camelback, Payastoa, South Mountain, closed.
There was that one time when there was that entire family.
Yeah.
Wasn't there 19 people
Yes.
that all had to get rescued in one incident?
And so when we have excessive heat, they close the trails and they don't want anyone hiking. And then the concern is all of these first responders have to go out, but people continue to do it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty scary situation.
It really is. And especially the out-of-towners. You know, you do go to those hiking trails and you get there and everybody's from a different state who is not familiar with our weather. I mean, even locals. You can be as local as they get and still hit that mountain and it be extremely dangerous.
Well, we had the influencer.
Oh, yeah.
Who was
sadly
a very avid hiker and had a lot of water on her, did regular hikes and succumbed to the heat.
Yep.
And it really wasn't even that hot then at that point. So it's pretty dangerous out there as well. Little philosophy, going back to Tempe, says a permit for certain gatherings makes sense because you got to hold someone or some entity accountable when it turns into a mob. And that is interesting.
It is. And, you know, if you think of whatever type of party it is, let's say a birthday party, if there's alcohol there and something goes wrong, or if there's people who are underage or
very true
anything, it's, you know, now that's a lot of parents have kind of fears of having parties at their home.
Sure.
Because if a kid gets a hold of alcohol and something bad happens, they can be held liable. So yeah, that's interesting.
I also look at it too as the messes. I mean, people gather and sometimes they're in a public place and they think we don't need to clean that up.
Yeah.
And there are so many, that's a really good point, Lil Philosophy. Absolutely. And then Melinda, going back to the child left in the car, again, no license or test to be a parent, poor kids these days. And that is a tough one. And, you know, I brought that subject up going back to it with a mom. And I said that would be a tough one. I know it's difficult because you're just running into the gas station really quick, or you're just running in really quick and you've got 3 kids in the back seat and you're thinking, I'm going to leave the car running. It's okay.
Yep.
But it's hard. It's really tough to make that decision.
Yeah.
And have to go in and.
No, I mean, it's even if you order a coffee, you know, it's.
I know.
Stay right there in the car 2 seconds. I'm going to run, grab this and run back out. But I mean, anything can happen at any point. Yeah. What if that car shuts off and you have no idea?
Exactly.
You know, you don't know.
We had that same situation.
Yeah.
With a couple of dogs, and the dogs did not survive.
Yeah.
Dust storm. I missed. Let me see where my video
you
is.
did.
I missed.
Oh my gosh, Anita.
Dust storm.
You did.
Let me see. VO3 is not playing for me, you guys. If you have it,
it
there
was
we go.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, it was awful.
I heard we lost power.
Yes, we lost power. It was incredible. There's just no. I think Crystal said, I don't know if you were here in 2011. I wasn't.
That was when I started.
Okay.
And it was literally my first day of work. It was July 6th.
Perfect.
And I was at home because I worked an earlier shift, just kind of training. And I was watching the news and I thought, oh my gosh, what is that? And then I ran outside because we were draining the pool. Johnny was outside draining the pool with his back to the wall of dust. And I ran out there. I said, you need to come inside.
Yeah.
Now. He's like, no, I'm fine.
Not good.
Well, we had another one yesterday. And so that knocked out power in some of the downtown area.
There was a lot without power.
We were...
one of our photographers who's in Scottsdale said that he lost power for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it was just... He said that there was no weather, there was nothing happening, and it just... Power shut off.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you missed... a big one.
The storm of the century,
You missed
probably.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
if
monsoon, we're like, where's she at?
If
And boom, there she is.
anyone out there was hit with that storm, let us know. Let us know what that damage was like. I think we had more than 1,000 people left in the dark for several hours. This was downtown, big power outage. They're saying that it was a dangerous, hazardous material. Something was going on with that. So APS is looking into that and taking a look. Okay. Before we go to break, I want to talk about. Nope, that's the wrong poll. Graphic one. The poll question today. How big does a lottery jackpot have to be for you to play? It is at $1 billion.
1.1 billion, I think is what it was. Yeah,
I think it's going to keep going up because the drawing's at 7:59 p.m. tonight.
Yeah. Which, everyone's going to go out and chip in their $2 here, $2 there, which quickly adds up to.
Will you play?
I have been playing.
You have been?
And I'm obviously still sitting here, unfortunately, laboring on Labor Day.
That was my question earlier this morning on air. If you won, would you quit or would you keep working?
It all depends on how much.
There was $1 billion.
Well, there was two winners who won $1 million through all this whole situation.
Okay, if you
here
win
in
$1
Arizona.
million,
I would definitely not quit.
You would not quit?
No, because you're only taking home $500,000,
right.
which that's a lot of money, but unfortunately, it is not a lot of money anymore. So yeah, I would have to keep my job. But for this jackpot right there, hasta la vista, baby. This will be my last podcast. Ty, you can have your seat back.
What's the first thing everyone at home? A, would you quit if you're working? B, what would you do with the money? We had some really great answers.
Yeah.
People were talking about giving back,
of course,
building some shelters, and making a difference.
Yeah, I think my first thing I would do, my daughter, she's 5, and all she talks about is Paris. She loves Paris. She lives, every time we see an Eiffel Tower, a macaroon, she's just infatuated with Paris. So me and Millery would be on a private jet.
To Paris.
Heading to Paris.
I love that.
It would be so fun.
That's
like the first thing I would do to splurge.
I would pay for all of the dogs to be adopted.
Aww.
I would just pay for that and then people can just go get them. And I would encourage people to go get them.
That'd be sweet.
But I'm not sure if I would keep working or not. I would like to
my gosh, Anita.
I would really like to. The
Only
bosses are watching.
That's fine. They wouldn't be here either. They'd be out of here.
That's very true. That's very true.
They'd be gone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I know. But that's a lot of
I'm
money,
probably going to get an email right now. Like, Danielle, you're fired.
Danielle,
perfect.
Don't come to work. Don't come to work. But what one item you would splurge on? Is there something that you'd want to buy yourself?
Probably a home, like a really nice, amazing, beautiful
I would want
custom
multiple
home.
Homes.
Well, yeah. I
would like a place in Paris.
Totally.
So you could have a base in Europe.
Yep.
Chicago by my parents.
Yep.
Florida by my parents as well.
I would get a place in Montana. You got to do some skiing near Yellowstone. Beautiful.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, it's so pretty. I love Montana.
I don't know if I love them or hate them. The TV show.
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
I know. I'm so behind. I have a 5-year-old that I'm chasing around.
Well,
I don't have time.
I did on the plane because we had a 15-hour.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Plane ride. So, yeah. Okay, break and we'll be back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Labor Day weekend. This was a really big thing growing up in the Midwest because the weather changes there.
Yeah.
No white after Labor Day. You could wear white sneakers.
Yeah.
But
See, I've never followed that.
White jeans, white pants.
Yeah.
You don't wear white.
Well, no, I've never followed after Labor Day not wearing white. I mean,
Okay.
obviously I heard about it growing up as a kid
But you grew up in a warm climate.
yeah, in Vegas.
And so in Nevada it's hot there.
Yeah.
And I do feel like let me know at home what you guys think about this. I do feel that makes a difference.
Yeah, maybe things shift a little bit, but since
Sure.
we're still warm.
So this is interesting. This was a tradition, something that was set by wealthy New Yorkers in the 19th century when they would dress in white on their summer vacations near the coast.
Yep.
Because white was ideal for, you're not going to wear black in the hot sun out here, right?
And it symbolized wealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then status of money and maintenance, darker clothing and practicality, they would not introduce their whites back into their wardrobe until summer came around again. So is this fashion rule still practical? I say here in Arizona, you can wear white year round.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, am I going to wear a frilly summer dress?
No.
In December?
No.
Probably
I would
not.
say no.
But you also see in the fashion magazines, they put some tights and boots on with it and a blazer or sweater over it.
Yeah.
And they call it an outfit.
Yeah.
Anyone at home?
I don't know. I've never followed it before.
No.
If I want to wear white, I wear white, which it's just
Danielle's a rebel.
I actually am a rebel. UNLV.
You are a rebel.
Go fight win.
You are a rebel.
Running rebels.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gas prices, if you're traveling really quick. Ty put this in the rundown for us, so we're going to go over it.
So it's people heading home now.
Yes.
Since you're already on the road, now you're heading home. You're going to be, paying much less at the pump?
Well, they're saying average gas prices over Labor Day weekend will be lower than they have been in recent years, but they're still
Which doesn't say much.
No, they're still over $3.15.
It's crazy. I just feel like they're never going down. We have like a couple pennies and we're like, oh my gosh.
It's like mortgage rates.
Exactly. Yeah,
they're never going down.
No. And grocery prices.
Oh.
And everything else.
Oh.
Okay, what can we cheer people up with? I know that's really depressing. Sorry, that's...
Oh, and we're working on Labor Day.
Oh, here we are.
We're working on Labor Day.
But we're going to go get those lotto tickets.
Let me see. Sherry Nevada Pup says if she's on a long trip from Cali, sometimes she has to stop to go to the bathroom. I do too. Try not to drink anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've got our Zoom guest. So let's see if we can bring him in. Liam, good morning to you. We can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear Liam.
Yay!
Oh, there we go.
Now we can hear you.
Yay.
Hey, Anita. Hey, Danielle. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Well, you're better because you're at a beautiful resort.
I know.
I know. I'm not in a beautiful resort, but I'm here at the Resort Pass office in LA.
Ooh.
Try to make it like a resort.
It looks
beautiful.
just like a resort. So what's going on this Labor Day?
What's going on this Labor Day is that this is the biggest Labor Day ever for Resort Pass. People are going to hotels, and what Resort Pass does is we help to unlock day access to luxury hotels so that you can go and use amenities like their pools, spas, fitness centers, even the rooms for the day without staying overnight.
Oh.
That is amazing because, we have so many resorts here in Arizona, and the pools are fantastic. You almost feel like you're on vacation. So this will allow you to what? To go there and kind of do a little staycation, I would say, or?
Exactly. We actually work with over 80 resorts in Phoenix, Scottsdale area across all the major brands. So, Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, Four Seasons, and actually over 110 in Arizona, including Tucson, Flagstaff, and Sedona. So there's tons of options, perfect for anybody to go and have a pool day. It's great for individuals looking to have a self-care day, families who want to take their kids to the pool, as well as groups of friends who might be celebrating a special occasion and want to get a cabana by the pool with maybe some drinks.
So I've heard of the using the pool, the pass for the pool days, because we have seen those popping up around town. And I've heard of like a pass for the spa, but I have never heard of a pass for a room. So how does that work?
It's the same way. So you basically get access to the pool. You can get access maybe to the spa or the fitness center, but some people want a room where they can store their stuff. They can have a private shower. They can have, if they have kids, they can have a bed for the kids to nap on for a couple hours. So it just kind of gives them a home base, but it's really still focused on taking part in all the great amenities at the hotel.
And most important, price. What are we talking here? Is this a steep discount or?
So the prices do vary by hotel, but day passes can start at just $25. So you're able to access these luxury amenities without paying luxury prices. And right now, we're actually running an endless summer pass. So for certain hotels in Phoenix and Scottsdale, you're able to get unlimited access for the entire month of September for anywhere from $100 to $300. So for example, the Arizona Biltmore or the Omni Scottsdale, Talking Stick Resort, W Scottsdale, just to name a few, are all offering this endless summer pass. So you could literally go every day of the month.
So how does it work then? You have to book online, you have to book through you guys, or are you calling the room directly or the hotel directly?
Yes, you can do it all on Resort Pass. You can go to resortpass.com or you can download the Resort Pass app. You can search by what's nearby you. You can also look for a specific area or a specific hotel. You can filter down to see what type of experience you want. So if you want a family-friendly resort, you can click on family-friendly. Or if you want a 5-star resort, you can click on 5-star. Even hotels that have spas, you can filter it down to find the exact experience that you're looking for.
That's awesome. And I would say lasting so long, a lot of people, you know, the endless summer, it's always summer here, right?
Yeah.
You can go to
you
can go to the pool into December. So
What if you had an event like a birthday party or a bachelorette party or bachelor party? Can you do something like that for an event?
Absolutely. So I actually had my bachelor party at a Resort Pass cabana in Austin, Texas. But it's perfect for bachelorette parties, perfect for groups of friends celebrating. Cabana gets you access to a private space covered with seating for a group of people, and you can obviously then get some drinks as well and some food.
How fun.
that's awesome.
Okay, so how do people get a hold of you guys? How do we book a room, book a day, book a pool pass, you name it?
Everything's on Resort Pass. So really all you got to do is go to resortpass.com or download the Resort Pass app. And you'll be able to go on there, search for what day you're looking for, what hotel you might be looking for. You can put through the booking right there on the app. And then you just go to the hotel. They'll have all your booking details because we work with each hotel that you'll see on the site. And then you check in and they'll show you to your amenities.
Amazing. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Easy peasy.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, have a great day.
Thanks, Liam.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm Googling because I want to go back to the lotto. So let me put our...
And when we win today, we're going to go to a resort.
Would you share?
I would probably spread the wealth a little bit. I would take care of all my peeps.
Mm-hmm.
I would, I don't know.
So I'm asking...
Would you share?
Yeah, okay. I would pay off like my parents' house and maybe some of my close friends here at Fox 10 could retire early as well.
Danielle.
I mean, $1.1 billion is a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Folks at home, chime in. I want to know what you would do with the money. We're not seeing those answers. So I Googled it to see what people would do with the money.
Yeah.
Number one, hire a professional. Hire a lawyer.
Oh, I was like,
wait a minute.
A professional for what?
Yeah, I would have someone clean my house.
Yeah, duh.
A lawyer, a tax specialist.
Totally.
Financial advisor who specializes in managing sudden wealth.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing you can do because people who are just normal everyday people, when you fall into that much money, it can be, don't they even have a show about that?
They do.
Like the lottery.
Yeah. Would you
ruin my life or something?
Would you tell people?
No, but there will be signs.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Danielle is gone.
Decide on a payment method. So you can do that lump sum.
Yeah, yep. Or the lump sum was 6. I have it right here.
Okay,
hang on.
you have it out?
Stand by.
Okay.
Stand by, folks. Okay, so the lump sum.
Oh, here. I found it. But I didn't find. Okay.
Estimated cash value of $498.4 million. So about 500
So
million.
you get a little more if you're doing the
Payments.
payout.
Yeah.
But I would be concerned that the lotto would be bankrupt. Go bankrupt.
See, I would always just take the cash.
Yeah.
I don't want to rely on you guys, and I don't want to...
A bird in the hand.
Yeah. I don't want you guys to be following me for the rest of my life. Like, give me my money and bye-bye.
Darla says she would take care of her family, make sure her 2 kids were taken care of, and then the rest, as soon as we get another comment, that'll be scooching up a little bit, but that would be fun.
Yep.
Okay, so then you pay off debt. That's
Wait, Dave said you'll be a little richer if I won it.
Oh.
Does that mean Dave is sharing with us?
Dave is going to share.
Dave, we're putting you on the hook for that.
We have proof. We have proof. Absolutely.
Somebody save that. You hear that?
Paying off debt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pay off the mortgage,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Pay off the car.
Yep.
Create an emergency fund. So you want to set aside a significant cash reserve, ideally a high-yield savings account. That's what I would invest
Oh,
as
totally.
much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that
you can create generational wealth from there. Not saying you probably already have generational wealth from $500 million, but yeah, invest it so it just, that money continues for the rest of, you know, your kids and your all that. Thank you, Darla. Where is Darla?
Darla says she would share with
Okay, we have her on the hook, too.
Darla, too.
Yeah,
and
of course
Dave.
we would.
Absolutely. You have our word if we win.
You have Anita's word.
Oh, Danielle. Invest wisely.
Just kidding. Yeah, definitely invest.
And then set up a trust, work with an attorney to create a legal entity like a trust. This can help you manage the money. Can you hide it from like the tax man? If you have a trust and you put it in different places?
No, because I think the tax is already taken out, right?
Taken out, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're still going to be paying taxes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's getting in the weeds.
And
I don't have that
then,
much money to...
give to charity.
Yep.
Some of the biggest splurges, dream homes and cars. In 2022, for example, Powerball winners spent over $70 million on multiple properties in California. I would buy multiple properties as well.
I would do that.
Travel.
Yep.
We're taking Millery to Paris.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Quit work.
That's on the lowest part of Anita's list. Wink, wink.
I love my job and the people I work with.
Oh, Anita, get out of here.
And then share with family and friends. Some famously give family members, longtime friends, portion of their prize money.
Okay, when you win tomorrow or today, I want to see you here bright and early at 3:30, ready to go.
You know, we've had several winners, like you mentioned, a couple $1 million winners.
See, that's
here in Arizona.
It's amazing. Oh my goodness, it would be beautiful to win that much money. I'll take $5.
I always say cross the line, go to California because they have more.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's our turn.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to go buy a couple tickets at a couple different places.
Yeah. And then go buy more clothes for work because you'll still be working.
Will I?
Hey, you said it.
Okay, Danielle, thanks for hanging out with me.
Betcha.
Everyone at home, go buy a lotto ticket if you can.
And then stop by tomorrow. Danielle and Anita will be here all day.
If you win, we want to be the first to know. Des and Ron are coming up in just 2 minutes right after the break. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you guys later.
Bye.
You would not be here, you liar.
I know.
All right, it's 11:30. This time around, it's Ron and Des. We just keep the information and the conversation rolling. Des, this actually is a really great way to start our segment here this half hour, because when you look at that 10-day, and you think about last year where we had so many days that were 110 plus, I mean, we'll have to add it all up by the end of the monsoon is at the end of this month, but I can take a 102 to a 106, 107 every day compared to 114s.
No, absolutely. I mean, and we got double digits on the board. Like what? That's what Arizona summer dreams are made of right there.
No kidding. Summer dreams for sure. Dave is in the chat right now saying, hey, Ron and Desiree. Yeah, we've been having a great show ever since we went on the air at 10 this morning. And yeah, this is what you look forward to. I still remember my first summer here, Des. So I joined the newsroom operations when it was called Cool News 10, KOOL, and we were CBS. And I mean, we were CBS's favorite TV station.
You were just so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Is that it?
I mean, Walter Cronkite came out.
Wow.
A few times. Dan Rather, all these names from the past. But the interesting thing was that that very first summer, it was a hot one. I just remember thinking, as long as I can make it to September. And the first day of September, as I recall, it was first or second day of the month, was like 110. And
I was going to say, but even September is like, pretty hot.
Right.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't really,
no relief really in September.
Can't really guarantee yourself the better weather till we get into October, but it'll be 80s and 90s then, but still.
Yeah.
Hey.
Some Halloweens have been a little warm.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
But I'll take the warmth over
sure.
a snowy Buffalo like Halloween. No
See,
thanks.
there
no
you
thanks.
go.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, and I came out of Spokane. I remember my last winter.
Oh, some of yours
my car froze up in the winter of 81 leading into 82. My car was like a solid block of ice for 3 days.
I believe it. Yeah.
And so I'm
I
sure you
believe
had
it.
days like that in Buffalo.
Glad you didn't take a hammer to it or anything. I've seen people do that. I'm like, what are you doing? Just let it go.
You know, it is a good reminder, and thanks for spending more time with us here on Fox 10 Talks. Be sure to say hi in the chat box. We always love hanging out with all you guys. But, this story that came in from... let me see. Let me just punch this up right now. I think we got it. Yeah, this is the trail in Tucson. That is so beautiful, Push Ridge. It makes me want to go down there and go on this hike. But guess what? I'm going to wait until fall.
Yeah.
Hiking in the summertime, unless you're up in the Rim Country, you're up there on the beautiful Horton Creek Trail outside of Payson or something like that. It's dicey this time of year. And what a shocker. We heard that one woman was dead on the trail. I mean, emergency rescuers. I'm trying to kind of visualize the whole thing. And by the way, good morning to Louie and good morning to Linda and good morning to Lil Philosophy. It's great to hear from you guys.
Have you done this hike at all in Oro Valley?
No. But that is a part of the state that I could really see going and exploring. Because I've done most of the big hikes around here, Camelback, Piestewa. I have not hiked South Mountain, but I've hiked up into the Superstitions, and that's quite spectacular. But this is beautiful, and that trail is so inviting. So anyway, one lady, by the time they got to her, she was dead on the trail. And a second woman, I think, who might have been her hiking partner, I'm not sure, and I don't know who made the 911 call to get emergency personnel out there, but she's barely alive. She's in critical condition, and you just cannot mess with the heat. We don't know what time of day it was, but they do say that at the time of the hiking, the temps were either at or near 100 degrees plus. So a 53-year-old woman dead, a second woman in the hospital. And then we had this video, which I really think is quite interesting. This is a rescue operation right at sunset. There was a lady who went hiking and somehow ends up down in that ditch, and the walls, you can see right there, the walls are just too steep for her to, cling on to with her hands and her feet. So they had to get the Tucson Fire Department out there, and they basically, just lifted her up and out of there. And good job by the Tucson Fire Department. We don't spend very much time talking about Tucson because, they have their own TV stations and their own operations. But both of those are pretty good reminders to be careful where you're walking. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure she didn't mean to go down into that ditch. She got trapped.
Because it doesn't look like it's all that dark. Like,
right.
That you couldn't see it.
Yeah, good
so
point.
You wonder what happened. Maybe she got a little too close. She slipped and ends up at the bottom.
You're so busy with your kids, with your job, and your beautiful family and everything. Have you hiked Piestewa yet?
We've done Piestewa.
Okay,
yeah. We've done that a few times.
And do you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was our favorite hike. Because when we moved here, we lived in apartments kind of on like East Mayo and Scottsdale Road, that area up there. So Piestewa was like the closest. Yeah. The closest hike to there. So we've done that a couple times. I did it like shortly after postpartum with D3. I was like, Mama's got to get back out here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. All the way to the end, about 4 miles or
Piestewa?
so, that and back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Pinnacle. No, I'm thinking of I'm sorry, I totally misspoke.
Yes?
Yeah, Pinnacle Peak.
Oh,
sorry.
okay,
No, we have not done Piestewa yet.
Yeah. Well, come fall and winter, try to avoid between like 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. on that trail on a Saturday because it's like
really
a freeway. You'll say to yourself, I mean, it's just a constant flow of people.
Is it?
But anyway.
So I'm sorry, I love Pinnacle Peak. Yeah,
okay.
that was our favorite.
Well,
yes.
Anyway, it would be great if we could get through the rest of the summer without any fatalities or even injuries or rescues, but who knows? Now, of course, here in the desert, we learned to live with our dust storms. We've had some doozies this year. Now, this is from some sort of a mounted camera. So it's a little bit difficult to see, but look at that. Off on the horizon, they had one of those desert dust storms. And this, by the way, comes to us from all the way down south in Cochise County. So you're talking out there kind of beyond Tucson. And so there was an alert that was put out there, a dust storm warning, all the way down into Santa Cruz and Pima counties yesterday. They said that the winds were going to create near zero visibility, but at least over the weekend, the storms that, and they usually start south of us in that area around Eloy, Casa Grande, or further to the south, down around Picacho Peak. We got a Pinnacle Peak, a Piestewa, and a Picacho.
Got all the P's.
Yeah, we do. By the way, Melinda says I've done all of the Tucson hikes, but Sabino is the most awesome. Yeah, that's another one to add to your list for sure. Hey, by the way, Linda says we don't get Tucson stations in the Gila Valley. All of our family live either in the valley or up north. We only watch Fox 10. And then Linda joins us. She's one of our most loyal viewers. We appreciate you, Linda. So anyhow, there you go. They had another dust storm, and this time around, it did not reach us. There is a story this morning, Des, about the importance of exercise that I thought we could talk about with our audience for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you're a pretty fit guy.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do try to get to the gym pretty often. You have a home gym, correct?
Yes. Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah. I can't leave my house once I'm home with 4 kids. Right. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they have babysitting services, but babysitting times 4? That would get a little pricey.
That's more than my wallet can afford these days.
Right.
Yeah, but we built our home gym during COVID because when we moved here, it was January 2020.
Okay.
So my husband was a free agent at the time in the NFL. So yeah, we kind of built the home gym because we just didn't know what was going to happen.
Sure.
So
yeah. He played for the Titans. Mm-hmm. Are you? Who else did he play for? Was it the Eagles?
He started with the Eagles. Okay. Yep. Traded, went to the Colts, and then went to the Titans and spent 5 years there, 5 seasons.
So of all 3 teams, the Titans are the ones you sort of connect with the most.
Oh, of course,
right?
yeah. And he was there the longest.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, I mean, the NFL starts on Thursday. We're all excited about it. College football was amazing this weekend. But anyway, let's get back to this exercise topic because Fox has a story out there today that says engaging in stimulating activities, both mentally, socially, and physically, has been shown in this latest study to lower your risk later in life of dementia. How about that? You can make decisions today, whether you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, that can impact your life when you're in your 70s or 80s. Mm-hmm. And so they say if you prioritize regular exercise, what happens is the physical activity increases the blood flow to the brain, and can bring down your blood pressure in a more natural way instead of having to go onto meds.
Mm-hmm.
And they say if you can just do, it's not like they say you don't have to go to the gym, even though we both love the gym. And frankly, in Arizona, you kind of have to go to the gym unless you're going to be out there at 6 a.m.
For sure,
right?
yeah.
But they say that 30 minutes a day of brisk walking 5 times a week can absolutely make a huge difference in your overall health.
I mean, when you think of walking, and this was me, I'm like, my husband was after all the babies, start off slow, do the walks, do the hikes on the Peloton. And I'm like, walking, it's not doing anything. It really, I mean, if you have the proper form, if you're, really engaged, your core is turned on, your legs are active, every part of your leg, your arms are moving. It's a full body workout movement.
Do you have one favorite exercise that you like to do above others?
Oh, I mean, if you asked me before kids, it'd be different. Now, I mean, I really do enjoy the hikes on my Peloton. Like sometimes it's all I have time for.
Yeah.
And like a quick 20-minute hike.
Right.
I mean, they're amping it way up on incline and you're moving fast. Yeah. And then I've added a weighted vest too. So that if walking is maybe boring to some, that's something that I've done to kind of make it a little more exciting and more challenging.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, what else do they say here, or some other things.
What about lifting weights? Does it mention that?
I think that's in this study somewhere, but yes, right? Boosting your muscle power is certainly going to be a plus. They say follow a brain-healthy diet, Mediterranean Dash, which talks about greens and fish, nuts and berries, and then occasionally you'll let yourself have a burger one way or the other, right?
Right.
Oh,
right.
speaking of.
And I know you're going in and out for yours.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Speaking of, we have a story coming up a little bit later about the number of people who, it can be a little deceiving when you see that fast food sales are up. That's mostly because prices have gone up. The number of people driving to the store or walking into the store is definitely down. We're going to have a little bit more on that story as well. But let me see if there's just anything else. Treatment for depression, they say, is an important thing to do. And this whole bit about staying mentally active. Last hour, we profiled the 107-year-old lady in Mesa.
I know, look at her.
Who,
She's dancing, moving.
We've talked to other older people,
Yeah.
and they're like, just stay engaged. Have a purpose every single day. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, how about this? Here's something that's mentally stimulating. Where do you think our mystery cam is? Give us your guesses, everybody. It's Ron and Des, and we're hanging out with you on Fox 10 Talks. Back in 2 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Ron and Des, 11:45. Here is your mystery cam for the day. There's a big old city off there on the horizon. And so we're just trying to figure out what... there really are only a handful of bridges that kind of look like this around the country. And are we getting any guesses, Des? What do you see?
Well, let's see. Okay, Linda just got one in. She thinks it might be Mississippi.
Okay.
And then Little Philosophy somewhere in Missouri.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have a guess?
I really don't know.
I know
you think
Boston.
It's a bridge over the Mississippi.
Yeah, Boston has a bridge that kind of looks like that, but it's right up against the TD Garden. You know, where the Celtics play, so I don't think it's that.
Right.
In fact, whatever the big city is that's off on the horizon is many miles away.
I'm always stumped.
Okay.
Let's see. No more guesses.
A thought just popped into my head that it could be Canada, that I'm going to go with British Columbia.
Jen Walls is thinking Iowa.
Okay. Do you have any guesses? Do you like some of their guesses?
I'll go with Linda.
Mississippi?
I'm thinking it's a bridge over the Mississippi.
Yeah, it's Canada or Mississippi. Here we go. All right.
Who's close?
Yeah, really.
It is New Westminster, BC.
Oh, yeah.
So,
good. Okay. It took them years to build that bridge. And then off on the horizon, I think, is Vancouver, which is really a beautiful, beautiful place, too. That's where my wife and I honeymooned.
Oh, really?
Was in Vancouver.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you guys been back since?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 5 or 6 times. But it's time to go again. One of the reasons we love Labor Day around here is the great folks at Recess Dental have for years and years given free dental care every year on Labor Day. And Des, we were watching earlier this morning in our live reports. Pretty early on, the folks were lining up.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's something we highlight every year, too, on Fox 10. That's awesome.
Right?
I've been 1 year, and the line, I mean, it'll be blocks long. But, when you think about folks and in situations they might be in, whether maybe change of job or a loss of job, and then not having that insurance coverage to be able to go and get your teeth cleaned or whatever service you need, it's huge.
Yeah. And so congrats to Recess Dental for doing this year after year.
They continue to do that.
Here
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, here's what it looked like with Danielle earlier this morning.
Fingerprint.
Oops, hold on.
Yep, and that's exactly what's happening here this morning. And this is such a fantastic event that they do every year. They are not taking the day off for this Labor Day. Oh, no. They are really stepping in to help our local community here. So Recess Dental, I think millions and millions of dollars worth of dental work that they've given away and helped people. Dr. Bowerman here with us this morning. This is such an amazing event that you guys put on every year.
Every single year. We've been doing it since 2011, where patients can come in and then they can get one of 3 things. They can get a free extraction, a free filling, or free cleaning. We're also offering a consultation for braces today.
Yeah, that is amazing. How do you guys make all this work? I'm sure it's all hands on deck, and financially you guys are just stepping up to help out.
Financially, it's just stepping up, helping out. It's a big day for the community, therefore it's a fun day for RESAs, where patients can come in, we don't have to talk about money, and we can just serve.
Yeah.
That's the best part about it today.
And a lot of these patients, from your past experience, they're coming in pain. They really need to get some help here today.
They're coming in because they've been waiting to get this done a lot of times. They haven't been able to take time off or afford it. And so patients can show up. A lot of times they'll start showing up around 3, 4 in the morning just because they need this that badly.
Yeah, and that's where the line forms. Let's take a walk inside here, because I have to say, this dental office is buzzing with excitement. All of the employees here getting ready for the big day to help out. We'll let Brian go ahead. Everybody in here getting ready. And then Dr. Bowerman, how does this work? Everybody comes here, they're in line. Do they check in? Do you have to have an appointment?
Patients can arrive, they'll be able to check in. We start seeing patients as early as 8 a.m. and we'll see a certain number. So the earlier you can get here, the better. We'll check you in and get you set up and taken care of.
Yeah, amazing. When does it close? When can they last be in line?
Last be in line, we'll stop seeing patients at 12 at the latest. But if we reach our cap before that, we might give a voucher out, but you got to come in as soon as you can. Get here.
Okay, and this is going on at all locations?
All locations. We have 24 locations that are doing it this day. There'll be a list on our website. You can go double check.
Awesome. And people just really, this is so amazing. And all your staff, I was just, mentioning how they're just buzzing in here. Everyone's so excited
excited and happy to.
It honestly is one of the funnest days to work at Risa's. To be able to give back to the community, to be able to help patients that are in such need of service, it's a fun day to work.
Yeah, and about how many patients are we talking about?
We're expecting today, we'll see about 100 patients at every location.
Wow, that's a lot. If people cannot make it today, you guys always give back throughout the entire year. How do we find more information about you guys?
We're doing fun promos throughout the year. We do a Black Friday promo, we do a tax season promo. If you're looking to find out more information, go to risasdental.com, see what's going on. You'll see our promos right there on that front page.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doctor. We appreciate all these fantastic people here giving back today to our local community. Once again, dental work is starting at 8 o'clock this morning at all the locations, so still plenty of time to get down. We'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, Danielle actually taped that for us at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
That's why she's saying everything gets going at 8 a.m. But just doing the math on it, Des, I was not aware they were up to 24 locations around town.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
And so if you do the math and they're going to help 100 people per location, that's 2,400 people getting free dental care today.
Yeah.
I mean, they should win some kind of an award. Seriously.
Yeah, they're big community contributors for sure. Yeah.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Tiger Woods' son. Are you ready for the next generation of super golfer? All right. Watch what happened this weekend. I'm just going to watch. We're going to roll it, and I'm going to watch. Look, right here, Des. So, teeing off. It's a little bit hard to see, but watch. You're going to see him react here in a second. Because it's a hole.
I can't see the ball. I already lost it.
Yeah, hole in one.
What?
Ah!
And that's it? Like, he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, you got to act
I'll
like
give you
you've
a
been
high
there
five.
before. There he is, pulling it out of the cup.
He's like, what do you
Seriously,
expect?
man.
I'm Tiger's son.
I would be jumping around like
I would be
I just
a little
won the
more
lottery.
excited. Yeah.
Right?
So it makes you question, wait a second, how many of these have you hit? And the camera just wasn't rolling.
I did some digging. He's had one other one.
Oh,
over
one
the,
other
over
one.
the years.
Okay.
But, man, that's promising, right?
Wow.
So that is Tiger's
He is
16-year-old
so handsome.
son.
Look at him.
There you go.
my
His name is Charlie Woods, and he finished the weekend in a tournament where he was tied for 31st. He's still got a way to go to climb.
That's got to be so exciting as a parent, right, Ron? I mean, you're saying, like, even if your kids didn't take up what you're interested in, you want them to excel at, whatever it is they do. But for him to actually, really follow in the footsteps of his dad, that's got to be super exciting to Tiger.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because you always wonder, like, do I push him? Do I steer him in that direction? What if he has no interest? Do I push him too hard? Would he not? So it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Okay. Charlie Woods, if this is the first time you've heard that name, keep it in mind. You heard it here on Fox 10 Talks. All right. Costco's are closed today. Most stores have big Labor Day sales. They just close up, let their people take the day off. Good for them.
Yeah.
But they are stressing, this comes from HQ up there in Seattle. I want to say they're headquartered in Issaquah, somewhere around Seattle. That early 9 a.m. membership is only for executive members. Apparently, a lot of people have been doing it, and the store just lets everybody come on in. They're like, no, that's supposed to be for the executive.
Yeah, some people
members.
taking advantage of that, sneaking in there.
And I don't know how much you pay for that. I feel like just the basic membership is plenty.
Yeah.
On an annual basis.
Let's find out.
But do you have a favorite thing about Costco and or something you wish they would change?
I don't have a Costco membership.
Do you not? When's the last time you were in a Costco?
You know what? Crystal took me once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Oh, wow. First time?
First time.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know. Is that breaking a rule, though? Did I just out her in what we did?
No, I think.
I mean, she had a membership, so she took me in, and I didn't abuse the privilege of being in there, but I got a couple things, and I just wanted to see if it had what we would need as a family, and and what brands they carry and whatnot before I commit to a membership. Right. And then someone said Costco might actually let you in on a guest pass to do that. So I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know if it's true either. But
I mean,
I love the hot dog and a Coke for $1.50.
You love the hot dog? First time I had some Costco pizza yesterday at a birthday party for the kids. And it was good.
Yeah,
so that might be what gets me is the pizza.
Yeah, right. I'm glad
what do you
they
like?
do that.
It's the hot dog and the drink?
I think so. I love their frozen food area.
Okay.
Because it's so freezing cold that on a hot day, it's nice to go in there and just hang out with the blueberries.
Hanging out in the produce section, the big old dairy freezers.
Yeah. But, I mean, you got to love that. You got to love the hot dog. I wish they would bring back the books. I used to, Renee would go in there. She'd be like, honey, I'll see you in an hour.
Wait, what's the book?
And, they used to have a whole section of books at really low prices.
Oh, really?
And most of that's gone. I don't know, maybe occasionally around Christmas or something they might have.
See, everybody got a Kindle and then... Where'd the books go?
The Kindle did us in. Hey, let's talk about one more story that came in this morning, and it has to do with fast food. So, Americans are stopping less and less at the drive-thru. This specifically has to do more with breakfast sales, but families are evaluating what you pay, especially for the meal.
Mm-hmm.
And so they do say that McDonald's had to raise prices by about 40% from 2019 to 2023. And so I did a little bit of research, Des, and let me get to the bottom line because we don't have that much time. But fast food visits, sales for the most part are up, more in some places and down in others. But let me just see. Do I end up with a VO on this one, you guys?
Well, and when they look at factoring sales, they're looking at the money that they're bringing in. So it's a little, that can be
correct because prices have gone up so much.
Prices are
right?
Up. Mm-hmm.
So overall, fast food visits are down again in 2025 between 1% and 2%. Some chains saw growth. Raising Cane's up 12%, Taco Bell up 3%. But the biggest of all the names is McDonald's. And in the first part of this year, their sales dropped 3.5%, which was the worst decline since the pandemic. Because, you have you got the value meal. But if you're not doing the $5 value meal.
As he took a bite of that burger.
Yeah.
Could the cameraman get any closer?
My one piece of advice, use the app.
Well, and I know you like Mickey D's.
Yes,
and I mean,
sure.
I got 4 kids. Sometimes it's just like, I need something quick, easy. Mom's had a long day.
Yeah,
but you're right. The app is the savior of the day.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, anyway, just like that, our half hour is come and gone. We appreciate you guys so much for watching Fox 10 Talks. And Des, let's do it again tomorrow. What do you say?
Same time, same place?
Let's do it.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.